Hi, Nashu. Long time no see. The role quest did give a bit of like diet Hildibrand though. I'm not gonna lie. The case of the displaced inspector. Looking rather lost herself, Nashu Makaraka has come west in search of the missing inspector. Well, hello there, Aldine. God, how serendipitous that we should cross paths in this far-flung nation. Have you come all this way to lend me a hand? Because, let me tell you, I could use the help. Of course. You see, I've been doing my absolute darndest to track down the inspector ever since Mr. Poo-Poo's starship whisked him off to God's only know where. My best lead turned out to be the Thavnerian Truth. Eyewitness accounts in the latest issue described a shiny craft headed west across the ocean, so I packed a few things and headed as far west as I was able. This is where I ended up. I've made a few inquiries since my arrival, but I've mostly been acclimatizing myself to the native cuisine. A very important step, that. Anyway, seeing as fate has sent you to assist me, I suppose it's time I continued questioning the locals on the matter of unidentified flying gentlemen. Here, this should help aid in our investigations. Oh. It's a decent illustration. It's an illustration of the starship, clipped from Dorian's publication. Having this on hand should make it much easier to explain what we're looking for. Oh, that is kind of funny that we're going to be looking for UFOs in America. Well, in the Americas, now that I think about it. Ask around the markets hereabouts. As for you, well, yet to venture beyond the food stall, so practically anywhere else but here. If you learn any useful information, come and find me around this spot. I'll be stuffing my ears with delicious intelligence. It is the Landsguard's duty to remain vigilant for threats and unusual developments that may warrant their intervention. It may be prudent to visit Bright Plume Post and question the soldiers. Good idea. You should show that picture to the city guards and ask if they've sighted anything similar. I'll concentrate my efforts on the stall keepers and their delicious offerings of information. I swear to God, it's just information. Yeah, considering, like, UFO stories and, like... I'm not really up with, kind of the history of, like, sightings and shit like that. I've never really been, like, had a huge fascination with, like, alien sightings and stuff like that. Which is, I guess, funny considering, like, you know, I was, like, really obsessed with space at one point, but... Yes? Is there something I can help you with? An illustration of a starship clipped from the Thavnerian Truth. Actually, I have seen a vessel like this. It was some time before Zoologists' flying ships appeared. I watched it limp northwards through the skies above Tuliolal, wobbling about like it might crash to the ground at any moment. Yeah, that tracks. Searching for a strange ship, you say? Yep. I appreciate they kind of, like, show it to be like, hey, that's what they're looking at. Because, like, one thing you could do with this, for example, is, like, talk specifically about a detail in the picture that you wouldn't... that would be harder to, like, keep up with if it wasn't displayed on screen. Yes, I saw a flying disc just like that during a patrol in Shaloni. Oh, okay. It was slowly drifting towards the ground and seemed to come down somewhere in Yasilani. If you're determined to find it, then that's where you would, you should try next. What were they calling the place that's covered by the dome now? Heritage Found? Oh. Wait, did Hildibrand end up getting transported into the into Alexandria when the dome dropped? Oh, shit. Hold on a second. I mean, I did know from, like... Well, I did see from pictures, marketing material, that they do end up in Solution 9. Like, sure, we'd end up there at some point. And, you know, I could believe that Hildibrand just wanted in there. But the idea that fucking Hildibrand might have been caught up with everyone else that, like, got swept into Alexandria and had the 30 years pass? My forays into the stalls bore no fruit at all. None star-shaped, anyway. How was your harvest, then? It's been seen in the north, from what I hear. Yasulani, and, those are some solid leads. Nice work, Aldine. So by the sounds of things, the ship was malfunctioning, eventually came down somewhere to the north of here. With any luck, this hostage found you mentioned will be, the place we find the Inspector. I think you mean heritage found. I doubt it will be so simple, and certainly not without incident, knowing how matters involving the Inspector tend to go. Oh, I suppose that's true. Fair. Well, with you as my escort, I'm sure we'll arrive at the right spot eventually. And none the worse for wear. Shall we head off? She's just there like, oh yeah. Yeah, I suppose it does get a bit silly whenever we try and find the Inspector. It'll be fine. What the fuck? Oh my god, he was about to get arrested. God damn it. Fuck! They almost got him! Shit! Where are you little shit? No, south. Okay. I don't see him quite yet. Here's old Crackly and Zappy. This is where the starship supposedly came down, so let's start our search for the Inspector. Standard investigative procedure dictates that we question the residents for possible gentleman sightings. Off we go. Are we gonna see, like, grizzled old Hildibrand? That feels like who we're gonna run into, like, given that there would have been a lot of time passing. Aha! This man could be a potential witness. Hi. Oh my god. He's... Die, please. This is a small settlement, and all its inhabitants are known to me. A man of such distinctive appearance and demeanor were among us. I'm sure I would have noticed. Perhaps he's wandering around somewhere inside Solution 9? They have so many more people, he could easily go unnoticed in the crowds. You were here as Queen Sphinx's guest, as I recall. If your companion wishes to enter the city as well, then I suggest you make arrangements with the sentry at the tower entrance. Oh, right. Oh, Solution 9. That sounds promising. Thank you for the tip. Aldine, it's got answer in the name. This must be a good sign. Afraid your friend won't be entering Solution 9 unless you can convince the sentry to let her in. Yeah. Is his hair changing color? I feel like he had darker hair before. Visitor detected. Verifying access rights. Unlimited Everkeep access confirmed. Scanning unregistered visitor. Warning, warning. Explosive device detected. Entry denied. Yeah, that tracks. Nashu. I am not carrying explosives. This is medicine for treating Inspector Hildibrand's condition. Explosive medicinal compounds. Sounds good. Error does not compute. Yeah, it's really quite simple. Inspector Hildibrand was sucked up by Mr. Poo-Poo's malfunctioning starship, after which it proceeded to drag him thousands of miles away and deposit him here. Ergo, you need to let me pass so I can blow away his brain cobwebs. Error. Logic. Yes! Logic circuits overloading. Emergency shutdown initiated. Huh. Huh. It must be nap time. I guess we can just go in. I guess. Awesome. Yeah, when I read that line, I was like, there's no... Fucker, he's not gonna get... Damn it! He made it in. Yeah, the second I read that line, I was like, oh yeah, we're going for Jesus Christ, what the fuck is this person talking about? Error, error, error. Oh, that's a good-sized city. Well, there's one sure way of locating the inspector in a place like this. If there's an ongoing case, then that's where he'll be. Let's head to the lively part of town and look into the nefarious incident, shall we? Do you know which is the lively part? Oh, probably over at the bars near the Arcadian, I would guess. True View. And that's in the eastern sector, you say? Right then, let's get to it. Nashu gets transported. Experiences deatomization. Ah, that was fun. Yeah. I will say, one of the things people brought up about, like, the Solution 9, just, like, area, is that, yeah, it does feel a bit empty for its size and scope. Like, obviously, bad shit's happened, but, like, I would expect a lot more people around. And I feel like the point isn't to have this place, like, empty. Like, that's not part of the literal point, but it feels weird, ultimately. What? Like a crime? Now that you mention it, I did hear about a theft recently. Our city is peaceful, by and large, but anywhere you have a lot of people, incidents like these are bound to occur. Actually, hold on a second. Are you... Oh no, that is a different hairstyle. I was gonna say, it looked a little similar to Aldean's, and I was like, why do you have a different ponytail? Nashu? Oh, you don't say. And then what happened? Laid back me lower. Recent troubles. Saw a pair of soldiers mobilizing not moments earlier. Responding to a disturbance, it seems. I think it was far from here, but I'm a bit hazy on the details. Alright, somewhere near here then. Oh, I just walked past. Oh, hey, Philemon. Hey, man. Okay, sir. I've heard talk of an odd squealing creature of sort, but don't know if that's the kind of thing you're looking for. Hey, Nashu. I heard of something. Oh, I also heard about that theft. Something was stolen from a nearby tavern, apparently. I got directions to the scene of the crime, so let's head over together. Nope. Thief absconded with an aged bottle of spirits, the most expensive one in my establishment. I demand you find this criminal at once. No need to get all hot and bothered. The culprit is right under your nose. Yeah, I thought so. Admit it, punk. You pinched the hooch. Me? But why would you think... With the supply of souls cut off, folks with a habit have turned to black market rackets, and luxury goods of dubious provenance is one way of paying the asking price. A top-shelf bottle of juice would make for a fine trade, I'd say. By the by, you know there's a method for identifying contraband souls. Your regulator logs would tell the tale. Don't want to let us How did I used to do Hildibrand? Because it said gravelly voice, so I imagine he's just, like, putting on a voice or something like that. And I feel like I was like, ah, yes, well... So... Don't want to let us check him. Be my guest. I took a gander at the cabinet where the bottle was stored, and the lock showed obvious signs of tampering. Electro-picking tools are awful hard to handle, aren't they? Most amateurs get singed, but you've got scorch marks all over your mitts. Give it up, kid. We've got you dead to rights. Damn. After they suspended the soul provisions, I couldn't stop worrying about the future. It was the moment of weakness. Save it for the authorities. Take him away, boys. I've always wanted to say that. Yes! That was Inspector Hildibrand, wasn't it? Didn't sound very gentlemanly. He must still be in shock after the starship's crash landing. Healthy dose of Nashu's delights will put him to rights. Maybe not in such a populated area. Oh, I suppose that would be the reasonable course of action. Come on, we should hurry along before we lose sight of this ungentlemanly Hildibrand. Hildibrand. Oh, Hildibrand. Haven't heard that name in a long time. If it doesn't unironically use that line, I will be surprised and a little disappointed. Where the fuck are we going? Oh yeah. God. 30 years on the streets have made me an actual competent inspector. Where are we? Ah. Where'd he go? Nashu? He walked that way. Or was it more of a mosey? The fuck? He's unironically using the egg emote. fucking hard-boiled. God damn it. He looks like the inspector, but he's a touch old and mopey. "30 years passed inside the dome? Then, if Inspector Hildibrand was here when it happened, that would put him in his 50s. He must have been living here so long that he's forgotten everything about his previous life. Luckily, I have just the thing to jog his memory." Of course. Oh! Think I wouldn't notice such an obvious tale. I don't know what your game is, but bombs aren't toys. Best put them away before you hurt someone. Or yourself. Like me, I see neither of you are sporting regulators, so I suggest you be more careful with the only lives you've got. "Sir, don't you remember us? You're Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Gentleman Inspector Extraordinaire?" "I've been called a lot of things, but nothing so insulting as a gentleman." "I'm a weathered old fool with too many debts and regrets." Detective Hard-boiled. Fucking god damn it, dude. He might as well have done the fucking cigarette drag on that. Oh, very impressive. But even with that name and those odd clothes, you might as well be the inspector's older and more wrinkled twin. Hate to break it to you, but you're barking up the wrong tree. I should do his voice more gruffer, though. Oh. Oh shit, where is it? Nashu? You seem awfully fond of these hard-boiled eggs. Here, this one's on me. Oh, thanks, Dollface. Thanks, Dollface. You're a peach. It sounds like a completely different character. Fuck it, I'm just gonna... Yeah, it'll be fine. Nashu! Oh, he's different. He really is hard-boiled. Phew. That's one way to cure a hangover. You got me good. Maybe you really do have the wrong person. That indestructibility is awful Mandeville-like, though. Seen a few cases of this twin-person phenomenon in the Dome. Might be someone who shares the same soul as Hildibrand. Oh! Oh my god, this isn't actually Hildibrand, this is his shard. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I can see that you're not who I thought you were, and that we need to keep searching. Is that a case I smell? Yeah. A missing person, is it? And if that's the rub, you can leave the sleuthing to me. Oh, we really could use your help. By the sounds of things, this fella looks a lot like me. What did you say his name was? Hildibrand? I'll find him. Don't you worry. I can feel a hunch coming on already. Are we sure that isn't the inspector? Yeah, it's hard to say, because, like, we don't know when the Mandevilles actually ended up in Eorzea. So, like, could they have been sundered? Could they have reached other shards? Huh. Yeah, because, like, the Mandevilles... Sorry, I think I said the Hildebrands. The Mandevilles are, essentially, like, from... Well, to some degree from outer space. I think it would... I need to go through the Endwalker Hildibrand quests again to remember it, but I seem to recall that... The big thing was that they were aliens, and then it kind of got subverted towards the end. But I'm not sure if any of that took place, like, before or after the Sundering. And if it did, if the Sundering did happen, after they got there, then I would expect them not to be actually, as strong as they are. But then, if it happened, if the Sundering happened before the Mandevilles managed to get to, Aetheris, then... How did one of them appear in another shard? Is that even possible? I'd like to rush off and do some investigative work on my own, but this city still has my head spinning. I think I'll wait and see if this Detective Hardboiled is as good as he seems. Meanwhile, you should get back to whatever it is that famous adventurers do when they're not embroiled in one of our fantastical cases. Fair. Case of the Displaced Inspector. The dame had me looking for a needle in a neon-lit haystack. A city with an allergy to sleep. What the fuck? Oh my god. This twin of mine had well and truly lost himself. The trail was colder than the ice at the bottom of my glass. But I could smell it in the air, like the cloying stench of cheap perfume. A conspiracy. Stay tuned for further episodes of Detective Hardboiled. What the fuck? Don't worry why Godbrand's here. It's fine. The Inspector has finally set foot upon the Dawn Trail. Get ready for inconceivably further Hildibrand adventures. I can't believe you worked the word Dawn Trail into that. Awesome. Who knows what this case will be this time? When it happens, whatever happens, you'll be there on the scene. You again. You keep appearing. Are you a Mandeville as well? Amazing. Detective Hardboiled has taken the case of the displaced inspector. So for the moment, we wait to see what he digs up. I'm sure there'll be plenty for us to do when the clues start to pour in. Yeah, I mean, this is always going to be... Well, yeah, it's going to be part one of probably, like, 2 or 3 quests, I imagine. Probably 2 more quests, if I had to guess, just based on, what? It would probably be from, like, 7.1, 7.3, and 7.5, I would presume, but, you never know. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for today. Yeah, I still think the role quest kind of fumbled it, I'm not gonna lie. It's a problem that happens when you make your villain have a point, and you can't and you have to undo it, but you don't, like, tackle it in a way that's actually directly refuting the ideal. It can feel a bit cheap, and especially in this circumstance, I feel like it really did feel cheap. Like, it just... Yeah, I don't know. I think making light of the particular thing they did to try and make that point, despite the fact that that's been a legit problem throughout and it's never been resolved, is kinda... It's a choice. That's for sure. But, yeah. But Hildibrand was really good. I like this idea, too, that we're not quite sure if Hardboiled is Hildibrand, or if he's a shard, because, like, presumably he just ended up in Yasalani around the time the dome fell, or the dome appeared, which would mean that it's been 30 years. So, like, has it been 30, like, you know, Hildibrand gets into his usual state where he doesn't know where the hell he is, and then 30 years pass and he just actually builds a personality and is a person outside of that? Are we dealing with a shard of Hildibrand instead? If so, why is he as indestructible? Is he actually a Mandeville? Can a Mandeville exist in another shard without having traversed there? Does Godbrand, like, have a shard? Lots of questions. Lots of interesting questions, in my opinion. I don't think many people are streaming. Let me scroll through real quick. Yeah, no. Oh, no, that's spoilers. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there then. We'll just end it here. It's way too hot. I need to stop streaming. But yeah, so, that's gonna be it for the weekend too. My long weekend. During the week, there might be some Warframe. Things are shuffling at work again, and I'm gonna, basically with the move back to working from the office more, I've got to figure out how I'm actually gonna spend my time a bit more. I've got a few months before it comes into hard effect, but yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen during the week. I've been doing some Warframe stuff during the week. I'll probably continue that, because that's just an easy thing I can do for a couple of hours and call it. Yeah. I did have different plans in mind for during the week, but now that I'm facing down the barrel of potentially working from the office a lot more, that's going to put a hole in my plans, and I may need to rethink it. So I was thinking of maybe doing some longer games during the week, because my weekends tend to be pretty fucking crowded as is. But yeah, I'll have to think through what we're gonna do there. Yeah. But yeah. Next weekend, there's gonna be more Path of Exile, and more Ace Attorney. There might be a shorter Path of Exile stream on the Saturday, because I might be doing things, but we'll see. Yeah. Probably, yeah, and to be honest, probably won't be streaming 14 at the very least, probably until 7.2. And honestly, that might end up filling in some time once that drops. I don't know when that's meant to drop. When did 7.1 drop? It was like November-ish, which would mean it's like March? March sometime might be the next patch drop. Around my birthday. Yeah, we'll see. I've been playing 14 a little bit in the background, but it's a lot more, like, lighter stuff and stuff I don't think other people would be comfortable me streaming in terms of, like, prog with people that don't know I'm streaming. So yeah. We'll see what happens anyway. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna resolve myself to do more during the week this year. But yeah. Time's gonna be a bit shorter than I would have imagined, so. But, no, I'll figure out something. Yeah, anyway, I'm rambling now. So, thank you very much for watching live or on the VODs. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a lovely day, and hope to see you all next time.